Oh boy. Oh goody. Oh joy. Yet another lefty. Well, I can't think of the word at the moment, but anyway, Kelly Sue DeConnick, a name that, well, unfortunately, and I do mean unfortunately, a good amount of comic book fans will know all too well, and not for good reasons. Whether they like it or not, and well, most don't. Sue DeConnick, best known, of course, for her feminist, third wave feminism type rebranding of the Captain Marvel comics, and for, of course, telling fans that if you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. And, well, guess what? Nobody bought her books. If you tell the customer not to be your customer, strangely enough, they will not be your customer. Weird how that works. So grab yourself a drink because, we're going to dive a little bit into her brand of creative genius and dive a little bit into her going off the hinge over the election of the 47th president of these United States, Donald J. Trump, of course. So let's go off. We'll start with her. What's the word I'm looking for? Her magnum opus, Captain Marvel. In 2012, when the world looked a little brighter, Kelly, she took Carol Danvers and slapped an overall jumpsuit type thing on her and took all the curves away, gave her a haircut that, looked sharp enough to cut glass. The standard feminist haircut with the shaved sides, and held it up to the world and said, here's your new feminist icon, and the result, a character that was, of course, more lecture than hero. And obviously, because customers and comic book fans, the men and women alike, weren't into that, the sales fell. And they fell hard. But, I don't think that for her it was really about sales. It was about getting her message across. It was about more the DEI bullshit that we've had to deal with the last 10 plus years. And of course, it got her message out. I mean, you can't deny that, but unfortunately, it didn't do any sales and money was lost, and so sad, so bad. But that's okay, because Kelly, she got to move on and leave behind the dumpster fire of Captain Marvel that she created. And, obviously, as I said, it didn't translate to any actual sales. No, not really. And like I said before, here's the kicker. When you alienate your audience, when you alienate your customer base, the people who spend their money on your crap, they stop buying your books. Shocking. I know, completely and utterly shocking. How in the world could this have happened? How in the world could it happen that fans don't appreciate being told they're not only part of the problem, but they are told they're in the entirety of the problem? And if you don't embrace the rewritten character, if you don't embrace our messaging, because you want to read a comic book or watch a movie or a TV show or whatever the case may be, for a little bit of escapism, then you're the problem. Then, of course, there's Bitch Planet, her tour de France of unsuitable or unstable messaging, a story about its non-compliant women being shipped off to a prison planet because, the patriarchy. This was Kelly Sue DeConnick's masterpiece. And for anyone who dared to criticize it, she would just say, if you want to see an angry feminist, then I'll show you. And she did. And That's why nobody bought her book. Even the people who claim to support her didn't buy her book. So let's kind of go in a little bit here to her cuckoo puffness. What she is really reacting to Trump, of course, on the day of election, or no, the day after election. She woke up to find out Donald J. Trump was going to be president, and her first reaction was to say, fucking fuck. Okay. Then she gets a message from somebody named Sigrid, and I have no idea who this person is. I'm not going to look into them either, but we're going to just read off of what they have to say. Okay. Sigrid says, our job now, our entire fucking job, is to stay the fuck alive. Despair is an ally of fascism. Do not do their work for them. Well, you know, Sigrid, you are right. Despair is an ally of fascism. And, well, you fascists, you people who do seem to not want anyone other than yourselves to have a voice, you sure are good at trying to make people feel despaired, aren't you? By calling them Nazis, by calling them bigots, by calling them racists. Things that used to work in the past, but unfortunately for you, now just do not. When people want you dead, every day you live is pissing in their coffee. Do it. Stay alive out of spite, if for no other reason. Well, please do correct me if I am wrong here, Sigrid, or anybody listening or watching the video. I have never once seen someone on the right call for the death, mutilation, or harm of somebody on the left. I have never once seen someone on the right do that at all. At least not someone who has a prominent voice. Now, if you can find someone who has a prominent voice that has gone out and said that they want people on the left killed, murdered, maimed, hurt in any way, shape, or form, I was going to say canceled, but you know what? Fuck that. People on the left deserve to be canceled now. You reap what you sow. But I've never seen or heard the other things. Our second job, take care of each other. That's each other, our other friends and family, our communities, and also random strangers. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with Sigrid on this part. Yes, you should take care of each other. Take care of your family and your friends and your community. And be, you know, I don't really have to take care of strangers, but be nice to people. That's probably a good thing, I would assume anyway, right? Our third job is to resist. This will take many forms. Please remember that any group needs tanks, DPS healers, and support. Find a role you can play and put your efforts where they're most suitable. Boo-hoo. Oh, yes. More. Simply nothing more than more of the left having a tissy fit over the election of Donald J. Trump. People like Kelly Sue DeConnick, people like The View, all the people, all the lefties, all the hateful and bigoted people said that they were going to move to Canada or another country or some dumb thing like that. Well, they're not going to. And now I'm rambling for no reason, so I'm going to end that there. And as usual, do me the giant favor of liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting below. And we'll leave you with a question. Do you think that over the next 4 years, these people who are just stuck in this mentality of thinking everybody who isn't them is a racist, a bigot, or a homophobe, or whatever the deal might be for them, do you think that something will break them out of that? And maybe they can just realize that they don't get work because they're not talented. And they can, I don't know, maybe, let's say, work at that talent, improve at things. I hope so. Bye-bye.